Welcome to the Emery Spartan pregame show on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Jordan Buscarini and Travis Anderson.
Welcome back into the UCCU Center here on the campus of Utah Valley in Orem. Jordan Buscarini alongside Aiden Mortensen as we get set for more Emery High School basketball. And it's been a very long day here in Orem. And now we get to the final game of the evening as we are about to wrap up what was a very exciting game. The number 1 seed in the Grantsville Cowboys going up against the Judge Memorial Bulldogs. Judge Memorial held a comfortable lead midway through that third quarter, but Grantsville was kind of pulled away. This game is important because the winner of our next game will face the winner as the Emery Lady Spartans get set to take on the Morgan Trojans. Aiden, it's always fun when these two teams get together. There's no doubt a lot of history between the two, although we have not seen them square off on the basketball court in quite some time.
Yeah, last time these two teams faced off was back in 2022. Ironically, a very similar position to what we find themselves in tonight. Morgan was the 5 seed. Emery was the 4 seed. Morgan came away with an upset win, 45-42 over the Spartans in that game. So historically, Emery has dominated Morgan when it comes to regular season play, but when the playoffs roll around, it's been Morgan who's had Emery's number. Emery's going to be looking to snap that, and Coach John Famala is going to look for a little payback to the state championship game in 2021 when head coach of Morgan, Sterling Mack, defeated him for a state title. So really, like you said, a lot of history between these two squads.
Actually, Coach Famala was an assistant at that time.
Oh, yes, that was the Lynn Tuttle, yes.
Yep, that was Coach Lynn Tuttle at that time, but Coach Famala was on the bench. I think there's a lot of mutual respect between these two programs, and entering tonight's game, they share identical records of 14-10. Emery goes 10-4 in league play, while Morgan goes 7-3. Right, so I think there's some similarities here. I think if you go down and you just look at it, Eva Berkland, who's a senior for Morgan, she's averaging about 20 per game. Okay, well, we have Kate Nilsson, who's a senior, averaging about 16 per game. There's similarity down the line.
Yeah, this one is going to come down to who can get hot at the right time tonight. I mean, looking at the two teams, though, you do see a little bit of a stylistic difference between these two squads. Morgan is more focused on the offensive side of the ball. They average about 59 points per game. Emery averages about 50, but Emery gets it done defensively where they hold teams to about 44.5 points a night. Morgan gives up nearly 53 a night. So it's going to be interesting to see which of these styles is going to come out on top in this contest.
We've had this conversation all season long in regards to the Emery Lady Spartans. Can you hit the outside shot? I think that's what Coach Famala was put such a big emphasis on all season. Hey, when they hit the outside shot, they're pretty good. Well, guess what? In the opening round against Ogden, they hit the outside shot. They were pretty good. I mean, they went on a 23-4 run in the second quarter. So if they can fire from beyond the arc at a high percentage, I like their chances. Now, you and I have watched every single game in this arena today. From the opening boys game at 9 o'clock to the game that we are about to watch, the closing game at 9:10. The perimeter shooting takes on a different name when you get to the state tournament because of the multiple three-point lines. I have seen that affect several shooters.
Yeah, no, that some of the best shooters in the state of Utah have fallen victim to the extended three-point line. Playing on a college court, it's a fun experience, but at the same time, you do have to keep that in mind. You need to step a little closer to the white line, but it really is a struggle for a lot of these. You're not thinking about where you need to space. You see the three-point line, you stand behind the three-point line. So we've seen that lead to some out-of-bounds turnovers, players thinking they have more room than they do on the corners, and players taking deep threes. Sometimes NBA threes, they shoot beyond that black line because they're used to being able to shoot a little bit beyond that arc. But here, that's not the case. You want to get as close as you can to that high school three-point line, or else it might be a long night shooting-wise.
Just looking at the way the Emery Lady Spartans like to play, we talked about the three-point shooting a moment ago. Obviously, that's going to play a factor. But the other aspect that Coach Famala was talked about all year is, hey, what can we create on the defensive end of the floor? So often this year when Emery has had success, we have seen the defense create offense. When they can force turnovers 15 feet away from the basket, they get out in transition. Again, dangerous team.
And you look at the stats of these players. Kayla Nelson, 2 steals a game. Callie Jensen, 2.3. Cabry Gordon, 1.8. Megan Stilson leads the team with 2.5 steals a night. This is a team who can create those fast break opportunities for themselves, and going against a very good Morgan team, especially a high-powered offense like Morgan has, creating those turnovers is going to be paramount to your success.
Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. We are off and rolling, and we are getting set for the final game of the day. It's not win or go home, but it is do or die. A loss crushes your state championship hopes. A win, you're one step closer to getting to the ultimate game, which is Wednesday evening here at the UCC Youth Center on the campus of Utah Valley in Orem. It's the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. We are live, we are off and rolling, and we're back in just a moment.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm, because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects, or are you already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. We are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come visit us at 82 West Main Street in Price, and let us show you what opening an account with Cache Valley Bank can do for you.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, music up, but suddenly your car sputters. Don't let car troubles break your stride. At Cars, Complete Auto Repair Service in Wellington, they're dedicated to keeping your vehicle running smoothly so you can keep enjoying those flawless drives. From regular maintenance like oil changes and wheel alignments to tune-ups and even new tires, Cars is here to help. Visit Cars today and drive away confident knowing your car is in its best shape ever.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Welcome back to the Emery Spartan pregame show on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price.
Welcome back into the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. It's here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, and also our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery. It's been a long day here at UVU in Orem, but now we are gearing up for the final game of the first day of the 3A state tournament, and that'll pit the Emery Lady Spartans, ranked number 5, up against the Morgan Trojans, ranked number 4. It's been a little while since these two teams have shared the court, but there is definitely a lot of history between the two squads. And that is something that we talked about with head coach John Famalo last week on KOAL's Drive Time Sports as we previewed what lies ahead for the Lady Spartans, not only today, but possibly tomorrow and Wednesday as we get down to the final 3 days of the season. We also talked about the lopsided victory over the Ogden Tigers a little over a week ago at the Spartan Center in Castledale. Here's that interview with head coach John Famalo. Coach, it's always great to get you on. I do appreciate you taking up the time again.
Hey, not a problem. Appreciate you having me on, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely, Coach. We got to talk to Callie following the win this past Friday against Ogden. It was kind of a slow start, but she kind of talked about the defense and the way that really got the ball moving. And I think that's one of those aspects that you continue to talk about all season long, right? So it's 7-5 against Ogden in that second round matchup. You guys go on a monstrous 23-4 run, and after that, it just seemed like it was a formality, but it all seemed to start on the defensive end.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, it's one of those. If you're not shooting the ball well, or you're having a hard time scoring defensively, it felt like we locked down that second quarter, and it made a difference. Allowed to get a few easy buckets, and kind of took the lid off, and then we were able to hit some outside shots. So it was huge. So, I mean, I think defense has been pretty consistent all year. It's just offensively, whether how we score, and defense has been kind of the our MO of trying to get some easy buckets. So hopefully we can continue that trend.
As far as the perimeter shooting is concerned, Coach, when you start knocking down the three-point jumper, I think this team could beat just about anyone in the state, and I'm sure you kind of feel the same way. Again, that's something you pointed out, right? If we can knock down a couple of perimeter jumpers, things really open up for this team.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest concern is if we can hit some open shots, and if we do get hot, it just makes the game go a whole lot easier. It opens things up for Kate inside, so defenses can't double her as much. And so, hitting an open shot, is a big key, coming up here these next few games. If we get a couple girls hot, it'll make a big difference for us for sure. And I think we can compete with anybody if we are doing that.
Once you get past that initial game, Coach, you get out of the home site games and you get to that final stage where you got 3 days left in the season, is it kind of a relief to get to that point? Because we have seen teams that maybe weren't playing their best basketball at that particular time get to this stage, and then they put together a solid, 2-3 days of basketball and either win a state championship or come close to winning a state championship. Is that kind of a relief from a coach's perspective to know, okay, now we're there for the final 3 days?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is, you got that one and done there, that first second round. It's critical to make sure, you get that one, because if not, then you'd never get a chance. And so now we're in that scenario where we have a chance, and, if you're playing really good ball, which I think we are, I think we can throw our hat in the ring as far as a contender and see what we can do. And so, but if you don't get to that point, win that first or second round, it's not as fun for sure.
You and I were talking about the matchup in Morgan, and we can get to that in a moment, Coach. I can kind of piggyback this question off of the idea of the depth that Morgan has. You guys just continue to showcase that depth. I mean, if it's Carly, who had a great game against Ogden, I mean, you can kind of dig deep. Megan Stilson's been great for you guys off of the bench all season long. I mean, do you feel comfortable now with that 8, 9, maybe even 10 deep?
Yeah, honestly, I do. It's kind of nice. It gives the girls a break. It's nice to know that you can go down to that second level and how much drop off, if any. And so, the girls really stepped up and answered that bell. And so, hopefully, we continue to have that, because that seems like that's big. I mean, 3 days in a row playing basketball. Knowing you've got 8, 9, 10 girls that can play, you hopefully have enough legs to last those 3 days and push through.
Yeah, that's got to be difficult as well, right? Having the legs to play 3 consecutive days. And I don't know if it matters as much at this stage in the season, but there is a different nuance this year, and that's getting essentially 10 days off. I think it's 9, 10 days off before the girls step on the floor again. And I don't know if you lose those legs. I don't know if that's possible at this stage in the season, Coach, but this is definitely different to have this long of a layoff.
Yeah, no, that's your worry is, again, losing a little bit of the conditioning. Like you say, it's hard to do that in practice. We do as much conditioning we can, but game speed is a little bit different. And so, I'm hoping we don't, but like I say, that's what's nice to say, okay, hey, we got a few other girls. We can continue to go hard, put the next level in, and then not lose that intensity or that speed or whatever you're looking for. And so, that's what you hope is you don't lose them, but it is a long span off, and it's a little bit different aspect than we've dealt with in the past.
Does it matter having 10 deep, 11 deep for practice in between this long stretch of time? Because if there's not a lot of drop-off in games, there's probably some nice competition that you see in practice.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for us is we got girls pushing each other, and that's what's nice is you have girls that are still competing, and that's all you ask. That's all you can ask for, and they're trying to make each other better. And that was the biggest challenge they threw out to them, and we've done that in practice. I've seen it in practice, and it's really helped us.
Again, our guest right now is Coach John Famalo of the Emery Lady Spartan basketball team. Coach, one thing that did become clear on Friday night, it was the path to a state championship. There were potentially some upsets, but really nothing out of the ordinary happened. And so it's 1 through 8, just the way the RPI designs this. And that 4-5 matchup is where we're stuck at. And I know that's always a difficult spot to be. And it's Morgan, a team that we do have a lot of history with. It seemed like it was a foregone conclusion that these two teams would meet up years ago. And it's been a little while since we've seen Morgan.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. Probably the last time we played them was in that state championship game 3 years ago. And felt like we were the favorite, and they kind of got our number, and they got 2 in a row there, and so like you say, it's been a while since we played them, so looking forward to those matchups, and a lot of familiar names, little sisters that have played, that were playing that we competed against the older sisters, and so kind of see how it all works out.
That's one of the things I noticed as well. I was going over the roster, watching some video, and man, this girl's still playing? No, different first name. This is going to be her sister, right? So there's some similarity in that sense, but they're missing a couple of – it seemed like during that stretch where we saw Morgan year in and year out, they had some game changers in the middle. And I don't know if they have it to that extent anymore.
No, I mean, they've got one, the Brewer girl. I think she's a pretty physical girl, but not anything like they've had in the past. They've had some really good big girls in the middle, centers that have played well for them. So they're a little bit different look in that I don't feel like they have as much of that size. But, they got that X factor, and the Birkeland girl, who's a phenomenal player, averages over 20 points a game, and really good three-point shooter. She gets her feet set. It's about automatic. And so we're really going to have our ducks in a row to make sure we keep track of her, because she can put the ball in the hoop and do it on a pretty efficient, proficient level.
I know they have the same leader in Coach Mack, and a lot of the times that we would see them, Coach, he would go to that, I believe it was a 2-2-1 press, if I remember correctly, and kind of change the dynamic of the game. As you go back and you take a look at Morgan, do they throw out similar looks defensively, and do they like to go to that press early and often the way they once did?
Not as much. That's why I say they've changed a little bit, because they've always had a little bit of a rim protector back there. So if they did get beat, there's always that rim protector. But they'll press you. They'll run a little bit of a 1-2-2 full court, and then run it a little bit of half court. So a lot more zone. I'm used to them playing a tough man and getting after it. So it's a little bit different look for them than I'm used to seeing Coach Mack do. But I know he's just like every other coach, trying to deal with what talent you have and put girls in good positions. And so, he always does a good job that way. So looking forward to that challenge.
Seeing the zone, I mean, it's not basketball. You don't have to be a guru to understand. If you see a lot of zone, you can really force their hand. If you knock down a couple of outside perimeter jumpers to get things rolling, I mean, that could be a difference maker in this game.
Yep, that's the key. I mean, honestly, that's the key this week, is if we can hit some open shots and get some girls shooting with some confidence, and especially in a zone look that you can get, got to make sure you knock down open shots. It just changes the dynamic of the game, shifts them into what they're going to have to do, and it's a big key for us.
Coach, I do want to get your perspective on this senior class. I don't know that you and I have really had too much of a conversation talking about these girls that are going into their final stretch for this program, but this is a very, very much experienced squad in your seniors. I mean, they've kind of seen it all, right? I mean, they've gone through pretty much every high except, winning a state championship to every low, including losing one, right? They've seen a little bit of everything, and I have to believe that could pay dividends here in this in this final 3 days of the season.
Yeah, I mean, these girls have played a lot of varsity basketball. Kate for 3 years and Callie for 3 years. They've been a big part of what we've been doing. And Sage has done it probably the last couple of years and experienced it last year. And then Jay Bree, she's been missing a couple, she missed a couple seasons. But, again, those 3 girls for me, they've seen it all. And hopefully, again, their eyes don't get too big when they get in those situations because they've been there before. And so, look forward to their leadership. And, and I think they're itching. They've been waiting for this moment. And had a really bad taste in their mouth from last year. And so, I think they want to make amends here and see what they can do in their last senior role.
Again, that was our interview last week with head coach John Pomalo, gearing up for tonight's late night tilt, Monday night contest. And we're going to take a look at the starting lineups right now. We will begin with the Emery Lady Spartans getting the start out of the backcourt tonight. We'll see number 1, Callie Jensen. Callie's going to be joined by number 11, Kabri Gordon. Also getting the start, number 14, Skylee Guyman. Number 35, Sage Curtis. And in the middle, number 22, Caitlin Nielsen. We take a look at the starting 5 for the Morgan Trojans. We'll see number 10, Alexis Burt. Number 13, Eva Berkland. Number 15, Camry Wardle. Number 21, Kira Brewer. And number 23, Zoe Rockenfeld. The head coach for Morgan is Sterling Mack, the head coach for the Emery Lady Spartans. Coach John Pomalo, who we just heard from moments ago. Emery, the designated road team, so they will be wearing their black uniforms. They are the 5 seed. Morgan comes out in the home whites. They are the number 4. Emery moving left to right off of the radio dial. The tip right now will be between Caitlin Nielsen and Zoe Rockfeld. And let's do it. Been waiting all day for this one. Tip controlled by the Morgan Trojans to get things moving. Right now off of the right side, it's Rockenfeld. Goes between her legs. Emery comes out in a man-to-man set. Following Berkland is Callie Jensen. That's going to be a great matchup all night long. A 3-point shot to get things rolling. A miss long off of the back iron, but a big rebound by Brewer and a foul called against Emery. So it took all of 20 seconds for the first whistle to come out. The Lady Spartans are whistled for their first foul.
And it's always interesting watching the officials as the state tournament progresses because you don't see the same crew twice.
No.
It's interesting to see how each of them decide to call these games because some get very physical, others very laid back.
I think it's been a very well officiated day here at the UCCU Center. Miss for Morgan up top, and a jump ball off of the rebound. Possession will go to the Lady Spartans.
And right off the bat, I love the physicality from the Lady Spartans. They are crashing the boards. Even if they didn't get that first chance, they are still fighting. They're sending a message early like, hey, we're here to play.
Right now, right side, holding Jensen. Goes cross court to Curtis off of the left wing. Back to Callie. Zone set right here for Morgan. Emery tries to break it with Nielsen down low. Kate's shot is off of the mark, able to come down with a steal, but then she travels. So see, she missed the shot, grabbed her own, she didn't grab her own rebound. She wrestled the steal away and then traveled.
And it's series like that really make it hard as a player. You've done so much good, but just one piece of bad ruins it all.
Emery's going to come out in the press, try to create some offense early. Morgan breaks the press. Berkland in the paint, goes left side, shot no good off of the back of the iron. Rebound down low by the Trojans. Morgan will get a second opportunity. Jump ball possession will stick with the Lady Trojans. Wardle come down with the offensive board. She was tied up down low by Guyman.
And Morgan in a unique position. They have 2 players in that 6-foot range. That's a rarity on the girls' side of high school basketball.
Those numbers may be fudged a little bit, but yes. Yeah, in high heels, maybe 6 foot, right? Still a lot of size. Turnover for Emery. Trying to push the ball up the other side. We still have no score in this one. 6:45 to play in the opening quarter.
They say height and shoes. They never specify what shoes.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's definitely some size on this Morgan roster, no question. That's something that we've been accustomed to seeing. Long 2-point shot on the way, no good. A misfire by Rockenfeld. The rebound to Guyman.
And you can see why Guyman's the leading rebounder on this team.
Callie tried to push the ball up through the hands of Curtis, out of bounds. And so a turnover for Emery. Ball goes back to Morgan. Still scoreless in this one at the 6:21 mark here in the first quarter. Lob in. Birkeland pushes it ahead to Wardle. Wardle right side. Tried to go over the top of the defense. Guyman pokes it away. Out of bounds it goes. It'll stick with Morgan. 28 on the shot clock. No, they say it was last touch by Morgan. So a turnover. The ball will go back to Emery.
And right now it feels like the first team that's going to see that ball hit the bottom of the basket is going to be at an immediate advantage because right now offense is at a premium.
And both teams coming out very strong on the defensive side. Callie over the top. Tough pass. Finds Kate down low. Shot at the rim is no good. Excellent recovery defense by Brewer, who comes down with the rebound and hands it off now to Burt. Burt brings it up right side. Hand off to Rockenfeld. Three-point shot, no good. Long off the back iron. Another offensive rebound for Morgan. Brewer kicks it left side to Wardle. Wardle drives in the paint. Tried to go glass. Ball spins in and out. Out of bounds. Last touch by Morgan. Back to Emery it goes.
And no one wants to concede that first basket. Every time the offense for either team looks like it finally has found a gap in the defense, they swallow it up. It's an incredible effort to watch from both of these squads defensively. Offensively, you're going to want to see a lot of improvement as a fan.
Sage Curtis out of the game. Megan Stilson will get her first run. Both teams looking to get the goose eggs off the board. 5:35 to play in the first. Another turnover. Callie wanted to go to Gordon in the right corner. It was intercepted. Morgan coast to coast. Layup no good. Rebound to Wardle. Wardle brings it back around. Finds Birkeland. She'll try a three. That is no good. Another offensive rebound for Morgan. So a fresh 35 here for the Trojans. Very stale start to this game as we near 3 minutes gone by in the first. Ball on the ground for Burt, drives in, shot from 8, no good. Another offensive rebound for Brewer. Brewer kicks it. Trojans drive, shot no good at the rim. Another rebound. Brewer shot no good. And finally, Cabry Gordon comes down with a defensive board.
And it's not the normal offensive struggles we're seeing. We're used to seeing three-point struggles, but right now nothing is falling for either squad.
Callie with the ball off of the right elbow. Callie left side, splits two defenders, lob shot, no good, gets her own rebound, tons of contact, refs say play on. And now another tussle for the ball. Brewer tied up with Kate down low. Possession's going to stick with Emery. And Aaliyah Callie will get some run here for the Lady Spartans.
And both of these teams applying maximum effort in every aspect of the game. Just nothing is falling for anyone. Defense has been the story. Offense has been near non-existent.
Coach Famalo already going 7 deep here in the game. Skyly Guyman will get a breather. Cabry, open three. Right wing knocks it down. Cabry Gordon. And that's the first bucket of the game for either team. Emery leads 3-0 and a turnover for Morgan off the inbounds pass.
And that's what we were talking about. The first team to see that ball fall through the basket was going to be riding with a lot of confidence. And it carries over to the defensive side of the ball for Emery. And they give themselves another shot and a chance to make this a much bigger lead.
Bella Nelson will come into the game for Morgan. To the bench is Wardle. Some more length in the game for the Lady Trojans. Lob pass into Callie in the paint. Shot no good. Excellent defense by Brewer down low. And now Morgan can push. Emery transition defense is on point. Stilson stops ball. Birkeland tries to force it anyway. A miss at point blank range. Wasn't even close. Halfway through the first, it's still 3-0 Emery. Callie with the ball to Cabry. Cabry one dribble, cross court, goes to Jensen. Callie, her three is short, follows her own miss, gets the rebound, drives in, shot no good. Kate with the offensive board, shot no good, gets her own rebound and draws the foul. It's like a popcorn popper up at the rim. That ball will not drop. And now Kate will go to the line, and she'll have a chance for two.
They must have not bought new baskets in between games, Jordan, because there's still the plastic cover on that bucket. No one able to get it to drop no matter how good the shot.
First shot for Kate is good, so it's 4-0 Emery.
And free throws are something that Coach Famalo does always preach, and it shows in his team's performance at the line.
Right as you say that, there's the broadcaster jinx as Kate misses the second. 4-0 Emery with the lead. Nelson with the ball, goes bounce pass on the baseline to Burt. Burt kick out, three-point shot, no good, another miss. for the Trojans. Rockenfeld missed a good look off of the right elbow. 3:25 here in the first. 4-0 Emery. Down low, Nielsen goes up, good. Kate's got 3 points herself, and it's 6-0 Emery. Went right at Brewer for 2. Action up the sideline, a jump ball. Kate is able to tie up as Birkeland was trying to work the sideline. Jump ball in possession. The arrow will go to Morgan.
And Kate's one of those players who she just needs to see that ball go through the basket once, and it instantly skyrockets that confidence both offensively and defensively like we saw there.
Nelson with a bounce pass, gives it up top of the key. Holding its Rockenfeld, goes back to Nelson. Right now, Morgan trying to get something around the perimeter. Not a lot happening in this realm. Birkeland, 3 shot, no good. Missed way off of the mark. Long rebound to Burt. Burt's in the paint, takes 1 dribble, gives it out 15 feet away, no good. 2:45 to play in the first, and Morgan is yet to score in this game. 6-0. Cabry with the ball out of the right corner, kills it. Great defense by Nelson. Stilson tried to go over the top of the defense, and Brewer pokes the ball out of bounds. Emery's going to keep possession. 22 on the shot clock, 2:32 on the game clock. It's still 6-0.
And that's been the biggest problem with Emery's offense is they're trying to force passes down low to Kate when the lane just isn't there, and it's led to a lot of turnovers and a lot of deflections.
Cowley down low. Spin move, shot, no good. Loose ball on the ground. Kate goes diving for it, and we have a timeout called by Emery. Coach Famalo is going to save the possession with 13 seconds on the shot clock. He takes a 30-second timeout.
That's a good timeout to call. You want to keep that possession, especially when you have Morgan on a cold streak. You don't want to let them set themselves up on a fast break. So calling the timeout, maintaining possession. Not only do you get a second chance at the basket, but you disallow Morgan a chance for a break.
6-0 Emery. 2:24 to play here in the first quarter. And what has been kind of a helter-skelter game so far, Aiden.
Yeah, no, it's one of those ones where if you would have told me that with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, we'd be at 6-0 in terms of the score, I would have called you a liar. Because you don't expect this from either team, especially with Morgan, who has such a high-powered offense. Again, on the season, they're averaging about 60 points a game.
They are the number 4 seed, Emery number 5. Bounce pass, Stilson to Cowley. 12-footer on the way, no good. Wild miss. Rebound to Nelson. Trojans bring it up right side. Still looking for their first bucket. Ashley Burt is checked into the game. Burt tries a pass back to the top of the key. No one was home. Running it down at the mid-stripe line was Rockenfeld. Goes to Nelson, back to Burt off of the right wing.
And they snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, nearly going over that line like you said, but now they get another chance.
Morgan's down to 10 on the shot clock. Birkeland has to kick the ball all the way opposite side. Burt drives, shot no good, but she did draw the foul and will have a chance to go to the foul line to get Morgan its first points of the ball game with 1:47 to play in the first.
And if you've held Morgan scoreless for the first nearly 7 minutes of this game, I think that's a win for the Spartans. This is a potent offense who they have held in check.
First shot for Burt, no good. My goodness. Carly Hurst will come into the game for Emery, so Coach Famalo now going 8 deep here in the opening quarter. Second shot good, and Morgan finally on the board. 1:46 left in the opening period. Cowley from 15 goes to the corner. Hurst, quick trigger for 3, missed everything. Rebound to Rockenfeld. Rockenfeld lost the ball. Gordon goes down to the ground, comes up with it, tried to feed it off, and now the ball is sliding all over the place. I've never seen anything like it. Going all through the hands, and then a foul in the open court called on Stilson.
It was like a game of pinball on the other end of the court, ball bouncing around the players like it was a bumper. Just, it looked like a pileup on I-15 as the players kept diving to the ground, but it was one of those scrambles that you see in football. Everyone diving for a fumble, no one able to come up with it.
Yeah, in the snow, right? The ball just keeps poking out.
Yeah, you rarely see that on the basketball court. I think personally that's the first time I've seen something like that.
It moved through at least 5 hands. Minute 22. Opening quarter, 6-1 Emery with the lead. Morgan has been ice cold, but they have a chance, and right as I say that, another turnover. They wanted to go to the corner to Michaela Williams, who was freshly checked in. The ball goes right through her hands.
Well, at least you're jinxing the other team. I didn't have such luck with the free throw, but Emery taking over and a chance to build at least a 7-point advantage with a basket here.
Coach Famalo going deeper into the bench. Addie Hurst is now into the game. So Carly and Addie, along with Stilson, Kate, and Aaliyah Cowley. Down low, Kate off the block, shot up, spins in and out. And we have a tussle for the ball. Jump possession sticks with Emery. 1:01 on the game clock, 35 on the shot clock. We'll get a fresh look at it now off the baseline.
I don't think Morgan's used to seeing this kind of defensive pressure from a team that isn't Grantsville. Within their region, Grantsville's the team to beat, but everyone else they've kind of dominated.
Lob in, Stilson works it right side. Hurst for three, no good. Long yet again. Long rebound as Addie tried to run it down. And apparently there was contact by Michaela Williams for Morgan. So it will stick with Emery, and it will give the Lady Spartans a fresh 35.
This is just an enigma of a game in the first quarter. It's going it's going opposite of what you'd expect this game to be like.
Lob to Kate, kick out of the low post. Stilson top of the key, wants to go to the corner, no one home. Intercepted by Nelson. Nelson trying to move up the right sideline, and a reach-in foul called. That one's going to go against Hurst. It'll be Carly Hurst's first.
It's team foul number 4, so they just need to play clean defense for the remaining 46 seconds. Don't let them get another chance at the line to build any momentum heading into the second quarter.
Rockenfeld drives and was deflected by the bottom of the backboard, but a late whistle. And I believe the foul will go against Cowley. Nope, they call it against Caitlin Nielsen.
There was a swarm of Emery defenders down there, and it's hard to see who made that first contact with the wrist, but regardless, the result's still the same. Morgan gets another trip to the charity stripe.
Leah Cowley thought she would be the guilty party, but instead on the help defense, it was Kate Nielsen. First foul shot up and in. So Rockenfeld makes it 6-2. One more shot coming for Morgan. The second is good. Chops the Emery lead in half, 6-3. That's where it sits right now as we get down to the final 35 seconds. Right side, Hurst. Passed on the open three. Emery working the ball around the wing. Trying to go into the high post. It was poked away. Morgan can somehow tie this game with a three as the shot clock is turned off and they will play for the final shot. Nelson, left wing, guarded by Hurst, goes high post. Quick swing, right side, it's Burt. Burt takes one dribble, goes back to Nelson, swings it into the left corner. Williams is going to penetrate. Back to Nelson, 4 on the game clock, three-point shot, no good. Cowley comes down with a rebound, and we have a jump ball. It's actually big. There should be 0.3 seconds left here in the opening quarter with that jump ball, which would give Emery the ball to start the second.
And that would be an ideal situation for
I think
him.
so.
In a game where an offense is at a premium, if you can make a statement layup at the start of the second quarter, that could mean all the difference in the world in terms of scoring, because right now both teams really struggling in that department. Points at a premium.
They put 0.8 on the game clock. Bounce in, shot blocked by Cowley. They call a foul at the buzzer, and that is a horrendous call.
I'm normally not one to speak against the refs, but that was awful.
Aaliyah had a clean block at the buzzer, and they call a foul on the wrist. Now the officials are going to talk about this. Was there even time with 0.8? Let's see. They put 0.3 back on the clock.
That's horrendous. That's the best way to put it. That's an abysmal call. Ball's in the air and tapped out. She didn't bring her arms down. There was nothing that could indicate that. She blocked that cleanly out of the air. And, I mean, normally I'm up in the higher parts of the stadium, so I'd give him a degree there. But we're right next to the court. We saw that.
Coach Famalo talking to the official. He says, well, that took a half a second, huh? First foul shot, no good for Rockenfeld.
Well, like Rasheed Wallace said, Jordan, ball don't lie.
Well, I am just blown away at the quarter that we have just watched. Second foul shot, and it is good. So it'll be 6-4 at the end of the opening quarter. Wild game. Morgan held without a single field goal. Every point came from the foul line throughout the first 8 minutes, and Emery holds a 2-point lead, 6-4. Second quarter is coming up when we return on 107.3 FM and 7:50 a.m.
When it comes to doing spring projects around the house, I like to do it myself.
You mean we. You, me, and Central Commission. Honey, you know you're all thumbs.
Guilty. So that's why we get all the helpful advice from Central Commission needed to get our DIY projects done right.
Plus all the lumber, hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, and more at just one store. And at prices we can afford.
See the helpful pros today at Central Commission, North Main Street, Helper.
435-472-5579.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Do you sell lightsaber chopsticks?
No.
Bagpipes?
Definitely not.
Screaming goats?
What?
I thought you said you had something for everyone.
Yes, something for everyone that needs any type of new roof or siding.
Oh, so no cowbells?
No, we're roofing and siding experts, but maybe with more cowbell.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. CleanCutRoofingSiding.com.
Emery High School basketball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 7:50 a.m.
Second quarter just about to start. Emery 6, Morgan 4. Emery's defense very, very tight in that first quarter. They hold Morgan without a single field goal. And this is a team that's averaging about 60 per tilt.
Yeah, and you hold players to, you only have 2 players scoring for the Trojans. Zoe Rockenfeld has 3 from the line. Ashley Burton split her trip. She's got 1. But it's an anomaly of a game, I think is the best way to describe it. You rarely see a game this low scoring in the high school level, regardless if it's male or female.
So Emery will come out. Kate in down low, tries to attack the basket, and Kate's got a field goal to get things rolling. 8-4 here in the second. Emery by 4, and the defense, they're going to press at half court. We have a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Morgan.
And you're starting to see some frustration boil over for the Trojans based on their body language following plays like that jump ball. They're showing a little frustration. Just Emery is applying the clamps right now defensively.
Addie Hurst out on the court right now for the Lady Spartans, along with Callie Jensen, Sage Curtis, Kate Nielsen, and also Megan Stilson. Berkland trying to get going, averaging 20 a game for Morgan, and she turns the ball over. Wanted to go baseline, dribbled off her knee.
Yeah, and that's a rare mistake from Berkland. Normally she's very consistent as she tries to back her way down in the post, but tonight just hasn't been the story.
Still 8-4 Emery. Turnover off the left wing, and this should lead to 2 easy points for the Trojans. Coast to coast, Ashley Burt. Defense creates offense, and Morgan is within 2, 8-6. Left side, Curtis with the basketball. Waiting for Curtis on the wing, it's Rockenfeld. Bounce pass to Kate, passes out of a double team. Stilson for 3, no good. Emery cold from beyond the arc, and a rebound down low by Nelson, and a reach-in foul whistled against Emery. I'm not sure if it's Hurst or Callie. They call it on Hurst.
And the Emery defense, that's the first major foul we've seen from them that far from the basket. Normally they're able to secure that tie-up with no problem. That time, ref saw a little more contact than she liked, blew the whistle.
2-2-1 press, and a near turnover. Ball was tipped out of bounds. It'll stick with the Trojans.
I like the full court press coming from the Spartans. They run this so well. They're a very disciplined squad on defense, and that's just the coach Famola's rapport. I mean, he is a very defensive-minded coach, and it shows in moves like this and how well they execute the press.
Addie Hurst out of the game. Skyly Guyman back in. Bella Nelson will go to the bench for the Trojans. So more subs as they try to get Berkland moving here. Able to break the Emery press. Near turnover, but the ball now to Alexis Burt. To Ashley Burt. To Berkland for 3. That's an air ball off the left wing. Somehow Morgan able to save the ball. A collision. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Emery.
And, you know, there's a variety of factors that could be playing into this low-scoring affair. Last game of the day, a lot of nerves on the line in the quarterfinals, but just neither team really looking like their best offensively.
It's a late game. 9:34 right now is the real time. Right side, Burt with the ball. Goes to Ashley Burt. She'll try a straightaway three, and there's the first field goal of the game for Morgan. Comes at 6:23 to play in the second quarter, and it gives Morgan their first lead, 9-8. Amazing.
They're finally starting to find something, and Ashley Burt has been the catalyst.
Left side, Curtis goes cross court. Dangerous pass. Cabry has to go up, climbs the ladder, comes down with the ball. Now goes to Callie Jensen. Back top of the key to Guyman. Guyman moves, nothing there. Goes back to Cabry. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Callie, head fake from deep. Tries to penetrate, and apparently she traveled. Yep, it was a late whistle.
It was, and I think the late night aspect of this game is really impacting everybody on the court, from officials to players. It really is an odd time to be playing a basketball game, something which none of these teams have really experienced this season.
This time, Morgan's able to break the press, and then a swat at the rim. Burt thought she had a clean look, but Emery collapses defensively, and Guyman will get credit for the block. 5:39 left in the first half. Curtis for three in the lead, no good. Guyman fights for the offensive board, has it knocked out of her hand. It'll stick with Emery, and the Lady Spartans will have a fresh 35.
And Guyman dives towards the glass with such tenacity. It's something you love to see from such a young player. She is going to be just a fierce rebounder for years to come for the Spartans.
Down low, Nielsen. Kate draws the foul and will go to the line. Brewer the guilty party. It's a senior versus senior there. And now Kate with an opportunity to give Emery the lead back.
And Kate's done a good job. She split that first trip 1 of 2 from the line, but a chance to try and improve that percentage.
Well, Kate in this game has 6 of the 9 points as she hits the first foul shot to tie things up. Second shot to break the tie for Kate is good. She's 3 of 4 at the line. She's got 7 points now in the game. Emery's going to stick in the press. Morgan. Thought they were going to break it momentarily, but the errant pass is picked up by Nielsen. Kate gives it to Callie. Callie trying to go coast to coast, fouled from behind. And that marks the second team foul for Morgan. Stops the clock at 5:17 in the second. Emery will inbound on the baseline.
Now, between these two teams combined right now, only 4 players have scored, 2 from each squad. Offense just not clicking for either side right now.
Well, if you're Emery, you'll take that you have the advantage here in the second. Kate down low, shot rims out. Rebound corralled by the Trojans. Berkland, coast to coast, looking for her first bucket and gets it. 11-10, Morgan by 1.
Berkland drops that shoulder like a running back, plows her way to the basket.
Kate in the ping, kick out, left corner, Gordon for 3, good! Cabry's got her second 3 of the game, and Emery up on top, 13-11.
And this has just been a frantic game offensively. You're seeing the ball bounce around, players on the floor. There's a lot of hustle that I'm sure both coaches are loving to see. But at the same time, you think they were going to want a little more offense as this game continues.
13-11. Cabry Gordon with 6 points. Caitlin Nielsen with 7. Morgan basketball. Berkland goes around a screen. Nothing there. Emery collapses. Beautiful defense, and Berkland throws it away. Gordon comes up with the steal and then is fouled from behind. 3 team fouls now on Morgan with 4:33 left in the first half. So one more foul to give before it's foul shots the rest of the half for Emery.
And Burt wrapping up an Emery player. It's like that song, The Gambler. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, and when you need to walk away. She should have walked away right there.
Whistled for the foul. Right side, Gordon. He's had the hot hand from deep. Tries to go baseline, nothing there. Bird seals it off. Callie cuts in. Contested shot from about 6 feet, no good. Kate Nielsen with the offensive rebound. Kick out to Sage Curtis, who converts. Sage from way out in the dark. Then it's 16-11. Emery doing work from beyond the perimeter. A ton of contact near midcourt. Blocking foul called as Guyman tried to take the charge, and Rockenfeld bulldozes her way past Guyman.
And calling a charge, that's one of the hardest calls for these officials to make. There's a lot that goes into making that call, and in the end, it's ultimately a judgment.
Jabry Sharp will come into the game. Aaliyah Cowley will also come in. So the new 5 out for Emery is going to be Gordon, Megan Stilson, Jabry Sharp, Aaliyah Cowley, and Sage Curtis.
And we've seen this Emery team hang with some of the best teams in the state. They upset Canyon View earlier in region play. So really every team in this tournament is beatable. We nearly saw Grantsville fall last game, so Emery looking to make some noise right now.
16-11. Emery by 5. And a turnover for Morgan. Trying to go baseline and stepping on the side or on the baseline was Camry Wardle. Stepped out of bounds.
And trying to tiptoe that baseline, it's a tall task, and not a lot of players are able to do it with ease.
3:40 in the second. Aaliyah Cowley takes the ball from 15 out, goes back to Gordon off of the right wing. Gordon penetrates, goes to Cowley. Mid-range jumper is off of the mark. Cabry tries to run down the offensive board, but it goes out of bounds. Back to Morgan we go.
And Cabry has been just nothing but hustle tonight. She's been looking incredible. Sometimes she jumps about 5 feet in the air to catch passes over her head that she has no right in grabbing.
Morgan able to break the Emery press. Getting inside. Brewer, spin move in the paint. Tough shot. Goes high off the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound. Kick out 3 ball by Rockenfeld is no good. And Sharp grabs a defensive rebound for Emery. Sharp tied up. Heavy defense by Birkeland. Refs say play on. Cross-court pass through the hands of Gordon. It's picked up by Rockenfeld. Gives it to Birkeland. Birkeland swatted, but then the cleanup duty too by Rockenfeld, who did a terrific job of following the miss. 16-13, Emery's laid down to 3.
And Rockenfeld, only a freshman. She's very well acclimated to the varsity pace.
Cowley in the paint, traveled.
Yeah, she got mixed up in her pivot foot, had one planted, but immediately picks it up, takes one more step. Ref calls that almost immediately. Just a mental error that in a game this close you don't want to see.
More subs coming in right now. I think there's some confusion as to who should be out on the court for Emery. They got their 5 now. Back in is Addie Hurst. And Megan Stilson, Cabry Gordon, Jabry Sharp, and Kate Nielsen. Birkeland breaks the press, drives, shot no good. And as Emery came down with a rebound, we had stoppage.
They're talking about resetting the clock over there, so we're gonna have to see who they decide to give this ball to. Morgan looks like they're getting back defensively.
It's got to be Emery's ball.
Yeah, they grabbed the rebound. And Coach Romalo saying it's black ball, and it should be. That's a level of anger you rarely see from Coach Romalo directed at refs. Normally he's very cool.
Stopped the game after Kate Nielsen came down with a rebound to say we needed to reset the shot clock. Odd. Nonetheless, it is Emery's basketball. Stilson goes around a high pick and another whistle. Foul goes against Morgan. This is the 4th team foul, so they are out of fouls to give for the final 2:20 of the first half. It's still 16-13 Emery.
I think odd's been the word of the night, Jordan. Nothing has been regular about this game.
Nielsen with the ball, backing down in the paint. Kate had a one-on-one, and then they call a double dribble. Right call. She lost the ball and then picked it back up and went down.
Yeah, if we're going to give them crap for the bad calls, they deserve some praise for a good call. And that was the correct call by those officials.
Eden Gale will come in, a sophomore point guard for Morgan. Trojans break the press. It's Birkeland now off of the right sideline. Nearly lost the ball, able to recover, and now goes back top of the key to Rockenfeld. Quick swing, left corner, three-point shot up, no good. Another miss, this one by Williams. A rebound grabbed by Cabry Gordon. Under 2 to play in the first half. 16-13 Emery by 3. Cabry, open 3, knocks it down. She's got 9, all 9 from beyond the arc, and it's 19-13 Lady Spartans.
And right now you need to ride that hot hand.
Into the corner. Williams with a head fake. Nothing there. Goes to Gale. Gale finds the cutter coming in. It's Rockenfeld. Kick out to Williams for 3. Shot is off of the mark. Morgan cannot buy a bucket. Rebound is Sharp. Emery will push. Hurst off of the left wing. On the ground, 2 dribbles. Down low to Nielsen. Kate backs her man down. Shot no good, but draws the foul on Wardle. And Kate will go to the line for 2, where she is 3 for 4 already in the game, and a chance to extend Emery's 6-point advantage.
And one of the more impressive aspects of Kate's game is not only her prowess in the paint, but her ability to get defenders up in the air and bait them into fouls that normally they wouldn't commit. She's a very smart player and a very patient player in the post.
She is 4 of 5 at the line. Callie Jensen will come back into the game. Megan Stilson will get a breather for the final 80 seconds or so. Second shot by Kate, no good. Callie gets the rebound. Callie falls down to the ground, and we have a jump ball. Possession will go to Morgan.
And one of those.
Take that back. Possession's going to stick with Emery. Arrow was wrong.
That's best case scenario for Emery right there. You may have missed the foul shot. You get the offensive rebound, and you get the ball back off the jump ball, despite what the arrow may say.
Lob in. Callie for 3, no good. Callie got a decent look. What a play by Hurst. Falling out of bounds, tried to throw the ball from behind her back. She did, and it ricocheted right off the face of Williams. Out of bounds, fresh 35 for Emery.
I'm watching Williams' facial expressions after that. She definitely wasn't expecting that to work in Emery's favor.
Callie down low, up and under the rim. Shot no good. Excellent box out. And a rebound grab by Brewer. Morgan will push up the other end. We're down to 60 seconds in the first half. Birkeland throws the ball away. Nobody in the vicinity. Gordon comes up with a loose ball and then a reach-in foul against Birkeland. And that will be foul shots for Callie Jensen.
Yeah, Morgan's in a position they don't want to find themselves in with a minute left and a very foul-heavy team this quarter. They're sending Emery to the line, a place where they have excelled this game, only missing 2 shots.
Got to give a ton of credit to this Emery defense. They have been lights out so far in this game. First shot for Callie is no good. Subs coming in now for the Trojans. Ashley Burt back into the ball game, along with Bella Nelson. Underclassmen all over this Morgan roster.
It's like their varsity team. This is a young group, but they're making a lot of noise already.
Callie goes 1 of 2 at the line. And it's 21-13. Emery by 8. The Trojans break the press, and Williams walks in for 2. So 21-15. Emery's lead 6. About a 9-second differential between the shot and game clock. Hurst with a bounce pass. Down low, Kate draws the foul. Shot no good. But she initiated the contact with Brewer, and now Kate will go back to the line, and this will be foul shots number 7 and 8 for her in the first half alone.
Well, if you're not going to get regular shots to fall, this is the best place to try and earn those points, and Emery looking for every point they can get in a very close game and a very low-scoring game at that.
Kate knocks down the first. 9 points for Kate, 5 of which have come at the line. Second shot, no good. Callie dives in for the rebound, and we have a jump ball. Possession will go to Morgan.
And that's 2 times in a row. Kaylin Nelson has been at the charity stripe, makes the first, misses the second. In comes Callie Jensen to crash that glass, but Morgan ties it up for a jump ball. Twice in about a 2-minute span.
Morgan nearly broke the press. Ball was stolen by Sharp. Jabry comes up with a loose ball. Jabry goes into the corner. Gordon cross court finds Hurst. 17 on the game clock. Hurst over the top to Kate. Kate's shot is off of the mark. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by Emery.
And, I like that Emery is still staying aggressive despite the shot clock being off. That's when their offense is most successful, is when they're driving in, trying to get those shots on the interior.
10 seconds left in the first half. Morgan trying to get something going to close out the first 2 quarters. Nelson has an open look. She missed everything, but a foul called against Callie. Callie Jensen come in, trying to contest the 3-point shot, and she gets a handful of wrist.
Wrong place, wrong time, and again, we saw this last quarter. Foul shots to end the first, now foul shots to end the second. 2.5 seconds left. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of what happened last time.
First shot up, and it's in. Well, it's difficult to go to the line and hit 3 straight, kind of out of the norm. It's not a regular routine. Somehow Morgan is only down 6 points.
Yeah, it feels like they should be down much more, but they've done a good job keeping themselves in this game.
Nelson hits the second, so it's 22-17. Kendall Williams, a freshman, will check in for Morgan to close out the first half.
That's 2 freshmen seeing the court for Morgan. You got Rockenfeld, and now you have Williams.
Nelson misses the third foul shot. And then we have a jump ball down low. 0.5 left in the half. Emery up 22-17, will be able to inbound the basketball and take us into the break. They put a half second back on the clock, so we have 1 second left. Sharp gets it in. Hurst, full court heave. Lands at about the foul line, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. That was a strange 2 quarters of basketball here in this late night showing at the UCCU Center.
Yeah, that was an oddity. Offensively, that first quarter was strange, is the best way to put it. Second quarter, both teams started getting a little more consistency offensively. But that first, just no one seemingly was able to score until the very end. Second, both teams going. But we talked about it a second ago. It feels like Emery should be up more than they are right now. They only hold a 5-point advantage, but with how well the defense has been playing, it feels like Emery should hold at least a double-digit lead.
Instead, it's 22-17. Emery has won both of the first 2 quarters. Coming up, halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Kelly at Castle Valley Orthodontics. You can give him a call, 637-2222, 637-2222, for a free consultation on a smile that'll last a lifetime. Quarterfinal action here in Orem at Utah Valley. Emery 22, Morgan 17 when we return.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult, and like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
Discover peace of mind with Dawn's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents, ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Dawn's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Drive into savings with Desert View Federal Credit Union. If your vehicle's introductory rate just expired and you're looking at a scary new payment, it's time to get to Desert View Federal Credit Union. They offer competitive refinancing options that will keep your payments manageable. Plus, the knowledgeable staff at Desert View Federal Credit Union will make the transition smooth and hassle-free. Don't let high rates speed off with your cash. Take control of your finances. Visit Desert View Federal Credit Union today.
Membership and eligibility apply. Loans on approved credit. Member NCUA.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
My son and daughter both play sports, a lot of sports, and with that can come injuries, bruises, sprains, and unfortunately breaks. That's why we use Eastern Utah Imaging. They're a convenient and local option for imaging and an important part of a student-athlete's team.
Eastern Utah Imaging for high-quality, affordable MRI and X-ray services. Many quick scans take 30 minutes or less. You can call for an appointment or ask your doctor to refer you to Eastern Utah Imaging, North Fairgrounds Road in Price. Call 636 X-ray. That's
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult, and like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
Emery Spartan basketball continues on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome into the halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley at Castle Valley Orthodontics. You can call for a free consultation at 637-2222. Quarterfinals here at UVU in Orem. Late night tip-off, and Emery trying to win this evening showing. They hold a 22-17 lead at the break.
That was an interesting first half. I mean, you look at scoring by quarter. Emery, at the end of one, held a 6-4 advantage. That's not what anyone expected coming into this contest, but both teams uncorked the offense in the second quarter. Emery scoring 16, Morgan scoring 13, a very back-and-forth quarter, but Emery's defense has been the story of the game in my mind. They have been relentless, whether it be in the full-court press or in a half-court set. They have not allowed anything easy for the Trojans.
You know what's amazing is we take a look at the first half stats. Emery is losing the turnover battle 15-12. Amazingly enough, right? They both teams have 6 steals in this game, but Emery loses the turnover battle. Yet, this is the big thing, Morgan shoots 5 of 29 from the field throughout the first 2 quarters. They shoot 17%, and they're only down 5. That's worrisome.
Yeah, no, that's not something you want to hear. And maybe it was my rose-tinted glasses, but I feel like Emery didn't turn the ball over that much in the first half. But apparently I was very wrong on that. 15 in the first half. That's what they're averaging on the season. They average 15.8 turnovers per game. So to have that in the first half of action is a little worrisome for Emery's offense.
Yeah, it was just a very, very different first half, to say the least. Let's take a look at some of the top performers for Emery. 9 points for Cabry Gordon. I thought KG was fantastic in that first half. She's a perfect 3 of 3 from deep as well.
Yeah, she was raining it down from beyond the arc, and that's what Emery needed most, was some consistency on offense, and she provided that in spades. And the other player you're going to mention did that as well.
Caitlin Nilsson scores 9 points in that first half, but also Sage Curtis did knock down a 3-point jumper, and that was huge.
That was a big momentum point for the Spartans as time started to expire in the first half of action. But you want to see a little more of a balanced scoring effort. You want to see a lot of these players get involved. You're looking at players like Skyly Guyman. You want to see Aaliyah Cowley get in on the fun. You want to see a lot more of these players find the bottom of the basket. But it just one of the weirdest first halves we've ever seen. That just wasn't the case. It was a miracle in the first that anyone was scoring. So having 2 players sit at 9 currently, that's a big benefit for the Spartans.
What about Eva Berklet? Okay, leading scorer for Morgan, coming into tonight's game, averaging about 20 per game. She goes 1 of 9 throughout the first 2 quarters. She's got 2 points. She has as many turnovers as she has points in that first half.
And if you're Emery, you're going to look at that stat line. You're going to be very happy about the defensive pressure you've applied, mixed with the bad shooting night. And we talked about it in the pregame a little bit. This is going to be one of the toughest adjustments for shooters to make with the 2 3-point lines. And we've seen it a lot tonight and throughout the course of the day. Players lining up behind the college 3-point line and winding up as if they were behind a high school arc. And just no one's been able to find much success from beyond. These games have been won and lost in the painted area. And courtesy of Caitlin Nelson, that's an area where Emery has really excelled.
Kate was definitely good throughout that first half. We talked about the 9 points. Of course, she does so much more to affect the game. She did have a couple of turnovers, but I think more importantly, about 4 rebounds, and she also has an assist to her name, so I think Kate definitely did affect that first half, no question. Scoring did pick up in the second. Well, it was 6-4 at the end of the first. Emery did score 16 in the second quarter. Morgan scored 13. Emery's won both quarters so far. That's why they hold a 5-point lead.
And you want to keep doing what you're doing defensively, but offensively you want to see a little more consistency and a little more care put into those passes. Sometimes those passes get sloppy. You see some miscommunications, trying to throw the ball to the corner when players are cutting along the baseline. You just need to be more aware in situations like that. If you can win the turnover battle here in the second half, I think that's a very clear path for you to win this game.
Halftime here at the UCCU Center here on the campus of Utah Valley. The score right now, 22-17. Emery holding a 5-point advantage over the Morgan Trojans. We'll pause for 60 seconds. Second half is coming up when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult, and like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Second half about to begin, and Aiden, I must say that I don't believe Morgan is going to shoot 17% from the field. I don't believe they're going to shoot less than 1% from the three-point line.
It's hard to get much worse than that, and you have a halftime break, you have a half of basketball underneath your belt, you're adjusted to the environment now, you're used to the late aspect of this game because it's an oddity in terms of start time. Most high school games are finished by 8:30. You rarely see one start at 9, 10 at night and go into the second half of action starting at 10.
Yeah, that changes things.
So you're definitely going to see a much improved offensive performance from Morgan. And I'd say the same for Emery. Both of these teams are starting to really figure out how to play on this floor.
Berkland hands the ball off to Wardle. Wardle was really quiet in that first half as well. Berkland's going to go left side. Emery rolls out their starting five. Burt tries to drive on the baseline. Pass going inside, a jump ball. Possession will go to Emery. So Alexis Burt turns it over.
And Emery, every time there is a near 50-50 ball that they can tie up and turn into a jump situation, they pile on. It's incredible to see. It's like watching players dive after a fumble in football. They're so good at crashing players bringing the ball to the basket who get a little careless.
Kate shot no good. Excellent defense by the Trojans. Berkland tries to run down the loose ball and stepped on the baseline. So Emery will get it back with a fresh 35.
And it's one of those situations where if you had a pair of shoes just the size smaller, you probably would have been staying in, but just not the case for the Trojans.
Callie off the right wing, kicks it cross court to Gordon. Cabry drives, a rare miss for her. She gets her own rebound in between three Trojan defenders. Gives it back to Kate. Kate, hook shot off of the mark. Another rebound down to the ground travel. We're out of bounds. Pick your poison, but a great effort as Skyly Guyman went flying down for the ball. It looked like someone from Morgan had a handful of Skyly's jersey. And that call was missed. Turnover off the inbounds. Callie Jensen down low for two. Callie's got three in the game. That's her first field goal, 24-17. Emery by 7.
Defense to offense, that's where Emery excels.
Through the press, driving down, Berkland's got 2 points. 24-19, Emery's lead down to 5. Cabry for 3, no good. Quick miss, Wardle with the defensive board for the Trojans.
And cooled off a little bit after the halftime break. A perfect 3 of 3, misses 2 straight from beyond the arc.
Rockenfeld brings it up for Morgan. Now to Burt. Burt will hand it off to Wardle. Picked up by Curtis, goes around a high pick. 18 on the shot clock. 3-point shot for Morgan, way off of the mark. Trojans cannot buy a bucket from beyond. Long rebound ran down. That ball never hit the rim, so we're down to 8 on the shot clock here for the Trojans. Another deep 3-point shot. This one is long off of the back iron. And the long rebound ran down by Callie, and she gets bulldozed out of bounds by Wardle.
This is a physical contest. Yep. Both of these teams not wanting to lose that hope of a state championship. So you're seeing a lot of physicality on the floor.
Morgan wanted to get a sub in. Wardle comes out of the game. Ashley Burt in the game. So Ashley and Alexis Burt out there on the floor for the Trojans. In the middle, it's still Kara Brewer. Berkland also remains in the game. And then Rockenfeld. Emery with the ball. Guyman in the paint. Clean look. No good. Rebound by Rockenfeld. Emery's leads 5, 24-19, 5:47 in the third quarter. Berkland off of the left wing. Puts it on the ground. Wants to penetrate. Tons of contact. Throws it away. Intercepted by Guyman, who gives it off now to Callie. Jensen surveying the floor across half court. Still in control of the ball. Goes around a pick. Stops. Pops from 8. Shot. Bounces all the way around the rim and drops. Callie's got all 4 points for Emery here in the quarter. And it's 26-19. and a foul called against Guyman right in front of the Emery bench, and Coach Famalo can't believe it.
Coach Famalo can't believe it. The players on the bench can't believe it. They're trying to get him backed off of the ref to avoid that technical, but definitely a late whistle.
Morgan able to break the press this go-around. Burt zigzagging all the way to the basket. Shot at the rim is no good, and Kate with the defensive rebound. Emery is in control of this game, 26-19.
And as low scoring as it's been, Emery has really dictated the pace.
Callie with a bounce pass down low to Kate. Backing down, kick out. Gordon, left corner three, in and out, no good. Rebound to Morgan. Hard rebound by Brewer. Brewer gives it off. Crossover dribble by Burt. Lost it, able to recover. Went back to her dribble. Should have been a double dribble. I don't think anyone touched that.
I don't think anyone did either, but that's just how this game has been going so far.
Burt back in the paint. Scoop pass, goes right side. Head fake from Rockenfeld. She lost the ball going inside. And Sage Curtis comes up with it. Coach Famalo wants a full timeout. He's going to get it with 4:31 to play. And another helter-skelter quarter. But it does favor the Lady Spartans. 26-19 when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
You've been accused of doing something illegal and charged a foul. It's time to run the court in a game of legal matters. Let Oliver Law jump through the hoops. Robert Oliver believes in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law brings you a slam dunk defense for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. And when it's time to go to the foul line, Robert Oliver doesn't miss a shot. Call 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
Emery High School basketball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Out of the timeout, Emery's going to go with Jabry Sharp, Callie Jensen, Sage Curtis, Kate Nielsen, and Cabry Gordon. That's the 5 out for Emery as they hold a 7-point lead, looking to expand, and it would make it its largest of the game. Sage with the ball straight away, goes to the dribble, takes 2 dribbles, kills it. Berklin all over. Tried to go to the left side, it's intercepted. Burt wants to go coast to coast. She got knocked down to the ground and a foul called in the open court. That foul goes against Sage Curtis.
And again, a very late whistle, but that definitely was a foul, trying to run down a driving player. It's no small task. You have to contain your momentum, their momentum. There's a science to it, and it's one of the hardest on the floor.
So Morgan will get the ball back. 2 team fouls against Emery. Berklin takes the lob in. Goes left side. Trojans have scored just 2 points here in this quarter. Emery's defense, very stingy. Pokes the ball away out of bounds. 25 on the shot clock. It'll stick with the Trojans.
And, you know, on that fast break, you will take that foul because it wasn't a shooting foul, and it halted what would have been an easy transition bucket for Morgan. Now you put him in a place where they've struggled with all game, and that's the half court.
Nelson with a bounce pass, gets it in close against the 5-second clock. Kick left corner, Burt, air ball 3. So Morgan continues to struggle from deep. Callie zigzagging her way up the floor, Berklin right in her grill. Heavy contact, refs say play on. Callie throws it off Berklin's leg out of bounds. 22 on the shot clock. Emery will inbound, although the clock is still moving, and it should not be.
That was a veteran move by Jensen to throw that ball off the defender's leg, bouncing it out of bounds, buying herself some space after picking up the dribble and giving him a chance to set something up offensively. The clock troubles have been one of the stories of tonight. It seems like every few minutes we see another delay.
The last one we saw was completely ill-advised. I'm not sure what the stoppage was. This one warranted. 3:40 on the game clock. 26-19, Emery by 7. And it is Emery ball. They are moving right to left off the radio dial. Cabry had the open 3. A little hesitation allowed Morgan to close out. Kate now down low. Kate in the paint. Shot no good. Callie comes flying in for the rebound and then lost the ball. Morgan has numbers, but Emery's transition defense is on point. Cabry pokes the ball out of bounds, and thought it went out of bounds off Cabry. Perhaps it went off Nelson because the ball will go back to Emery. And right now, Morgan is just searching for answers. 3:20 to play in the third. They have scored 2 points in this quarter. Emery's only scored 4, but Morgan cannot find any sort of rhythm.
It's a repeat of what we saw in the first quarter, a 6-4 affair. Right now looking to play out much of the same.
Megan Stilson in, goes to Curtis, left corner. Sage takes a couple of dribbles, kills it. Now into the low post. Nielsen backing down, kicks out. Sage for 3, looks good, is good. Sage Curtis has her second triple of the game, and it's 29-19, Emery's largest lead. Spartans smell blood in the water. They're going to go to the full court press. Bert's able to break it. Still, Morgan cannot turn it into any points. A foul called, I believe, against Curtis. Sage came flying in and call it on Sage.
Every time an Emery player enters the air to try and soar for a steal or a rebound, I start hearing that Superman theme, that dun-da-da. Flying in, trying to crash the board, stop a fast break. They're relentless. It's fun to watch. I love the pace that Coach Famal has them playing at.
29-19. Nelson tries a 3, no good. Behind the college three-point line, mind you. And a long rebound to Megan Stilson. High pick set. Stilson drives. Stilson to the rack. Shot no good. Draws the foul. And Megan Stilson will go to the line to shoot 2.
And sometimes when you smell that blood in the water, it's good to be a little selfish. Get yourself an isolation possession. If you know you can dice up the defender like Stilson just did, you take that opportunity, and she's rewarded with a trip to the charity stripe.
I think that there is some worry setting in here on Morgan that this game may be getting out of hand as Stilson knocks down the first foul shot. 30-19.
Yeah, I know, and you've still been held to only 2 points, and you've given up 8. Emery really finding their footing much earlier than they did in the first quarter.
Stilson's second foul shot, no good. So the lead remains 11. Nelson with the ball across half court. Has to kill her dribble, goes to Wardle. Wardle has been active with the basketball in her hands, but has been really shut down in this game, much like Birkland. Has to hand it off to Williams. 13 on the shot clock. Finally an entry pass into the paint. And it nearly results in a turnover, but a reach-in foul called against Gordon.
It's a lucky break for the Trojans. Another turnover for this offense is cataclysmic, especially when they've struggled so much in this third quarter.
Trojans to inbound. Nelson with the ball out of the corner. A bounce pass onto the baseline. Burt drives, blocked by Kate Nielsen. And the ball falls right into the hands of Sharp. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Gordon, transition 3, bounces in. Cabry Gordon. She's got 12, and it's 33-19 Emery.
They're saying, ref asked Coach Famal if he saw the ball. He didn't, or if he touched the ball, he did not. Ref blows it dead anyways. Could have been out of bounds. It should turn into a jump ball, but
no, they're going to call an inadvertent whistle. So it's Morgan basketball.
This is a game for the sickos, Jordan.
Morgan basketball moving left to right on the dial. 33-19. Emery by 14 points. And a double dribble for Morgan. Now 10-second violation. Now the officials have got to talk yet again. I thought it was a double dribble.
I thought it was a double dribble, too. I feel like any sporting event that goes past 10 o'clock at night just
gets
weird
wonky.
Things start happening. It's like playing a game in the Twilight Zone. Whistles are blown that normally aren't blown. Cats and dogs lying with each other. Mass hysteria.
Little Ghostbuster reference from Aiden at 10:13 at night. Morgan's going to keep possession. There's 24 on the shot clock. I don't understand what's going on here, but it's Morgan ball. I mean, obviously it took 11 seconds for them to get the ball across half court.
That's the one certain we have, is it is Morgan ball.
Nelson will try a left corner 3, no good. Trojans continue to shoot ice cold from the field as we get down to 1:18 left here in the third. Sharp with the ball out of the right corner. Sharp gets into the paint, drives, goes glass for two. Jabry scores for the first time. And a timeout is taken by the Morgan Trojans. They seem a little shell-shocked right now. Emery has mucked this game up in their favor, 35-19. We have a full timeout taken on the court. We will take it as well. Final minute 6 of the third quarter coming up when we return.
Let's hear what parents and patients are saying about Price Pediatric Dental.
We love Dr. Bott. His staff gives the children their full attention. They make sure my kids are comfortable the entire time.
Dr. Lund is so nice. I like getting a new toothbrush and toothpaste every time I go.
Both Dr. Markham and Dr. Lund have been so amazing with both of my boys. We wouldn't go anywhere else.
Call 637-9590 to schedule your child's appointment today at Price Pediatric Dental.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
Emery Spartan basketball continues on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
35-19, Emery with a hefty advantage. A minute 6 to play in the third. Out of the timeout, it's Morgan basketball. Burt takes it in off of the right wing, goes into the corner to Birkeland. Birkeland with a spin move, lost the ball. Sage Curtis goes down to the ground to get it. Emery is clicking on all cylinders defensively. You know, we've talked about what an ugly game this has been. I think you got to give a lot of credit to the Emery defense. They have been stingy as can be in this game.
Yeah, the offense has been ugly, Jordan, but the defense has been beautiful. They've been applying excellent pressure, staying composed, keeping their calm, and not allowing very few careless fouls. All in all, the Emery defense has been the best part of this contest.
Cross-court pass. Sage Curtis with the ball. Tries to run it up the sideline. Sage has her momentum stopped. Gives it to Stilson, who goes back to Sage. Open left corner three. That was a big one. No good. Rebound down low by Kate. She draws the foul. And Kate will go to the line to shoot two more. This will be foul shots number 9 and 10 for Kate.
And you know, when you can get to the line with that efficiency, why not keep doing what you're doing, baiting those players up into the air, waiting for them to get up, drawing contact, and earning yourself a few free shots. That's what Kate has done so well this game, and she's done it all season long. She is a beast in the paint, especially when it comes to getting other players to make mistakes.
First shot is good. 6 of 9 now at the line. Big subs coming in for Morgan. Final 29 seconds of the third. Trojans have been held to 2 points in this third quarter. Second shot for Kate, also good. So she's a slick 70% at the stripe. Morgan needs to try to get a shot off here in 23 seconds. Close to the paint, nothing there. Left side holding. Quick swing, 3-ball up. Burt, no good. Rebound by Curtis. Curtis gives it up to Stilson. And that will take us to the end. Well, right as I say, the end of the quarter. Turnover. Burt's going to get a shot up. The buzzer, no good. Gets her own rebound. Does she get the shot off again? Yes. But we had 2 shots in the final 8 seconds. Neither falls. Emery, however, cruises in that quarter. They outscore Morgan 15-2. And right now, the fourth quarter looks like a formality. But this game has been anything but predictable. Let's send it back to the studio. Fourth quarter coming up when we return.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Caring for each and every customer and their needs is the foundation of what Smart Health Pharmacy is all about. So when I need a prescription or advice, I can depend on the pharmacist at Smart Health.
Looking for a new pharmacy? It's never been easier to transfer your prescriptions to Smart Health. Call 687-5050 or go to smart-healthrx.com. Download their app today with convenient drive-through at 221 North Main Street, Huntington.
It's your health. Be smart about it.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
We are 8 minutes away from punching our ticket to the semifinals tomorrow. But in order to do that, Emery's got to finish off Morgan here over the final 8 minutes.
Yeah, and you can't let your foot off the gas in this game because it's anything but predictable. A 15-2 third quarter gives them the 37-19 advantage, but any given time, this game could heat up for the Trojans.
3-point shot off the mark for the Lady Trojans, a miss by Rockenfeld. And so Emery gets a stop on the opening possession. To Cowley. Aaliyah goes back to Callie Jensen. Jensen tries the 16-footer, bounces in off of the front iron. Emery holds a 20-point lead. Callie's got 7 now in the game. 6 of that 7 has come here in the second half. She has outscored Morgan on her own. Berkland with a bounce pass. Finally, the Trojans break the press, but still a miss at the rim by Brewer. She did draw the foul on Aaliyah Cowley and will go to the line to shoot 2.
And, yeah, this is a rare trip to the line so far, but Morgan hasn't been able to convert the clip that they probably wanted to coming into this contest, and it could carry over here as the first is up.
Shot no good. So Morgan had 4 points in the first quarter. They had 2 points in the third. Outside of that 17-point second quarter, 13-point second quarter, they have had nothing. Second foul shot no good. They missed the pair. Emery nearly turns it over on the other end. In fact, jump ball is called. It'll stick with the Lady Spartans. Yeah, so 4 points in the first, 13 in the second, 2 in the third. That's the scoring totals for Morgan.
And at the halftime break, you said those shooting percentages couldn't get much worse.
Well,
They have.
Hurst to inbound the ball, gets it into Jensen. 3-point shot up, no good off the back iron. Callie runs down the ball, takes a shot to the face, no whistle, ball knocked out of bounds. 33 on the shot clock. It's going to stick with Emery.
Now, after that first quarter, if you would have told me Emery would have had a 20-point lead going into the fourth, I would have thought you were crazy, but Emery has really done well offensively after that first.
Aaliyah Cowley with a miss, about 7 feet away from the basket. So now moving in the opposite direction, it's Morgan. Pass to the corner, nothing there. It was not tipped by Emery. Now the officials are going to talk about this. I don't think anyone tipped that. I don't think anyone was close to it.
I didn't see a Spartan in the vicinity. They give it to Morgan.
Wild. 39-19. The ball is going to stick with Morgan. 6:55 to play here in the game. Wardle with the ball, 15 feet away. Wardle kicks it left side. Drive stop, pop from 15, good. There's a bucket for the Trojans. Zoe Rockenfeld knocks it down.
She's their leading scorer with 7 points on the night.
31-29. Emery up by 18. Sharp with a head fake. Jaybury tries to get into the paint. She's tied up. Possession will go to Morgan.
And you got to give the Trojans credit. They may be down, but they're not out. They're trying to battle back into this contest. I mean, they found their first points much earlier than they did in the third quarter, so they're trying to make this one a little interesting.
Coach Mack's teams always battle to the final whistle, and I'm sure that's exactly what we're going to get here tonight. A drive inside, another 2-point bucket for Rockenfeld. And Emery's lead now down to 16, 39-23. 6:13 to play here in the game. Jensen drives. Callie stripped, kicks it out. Sharp for 3. Air ball into the hands of Rockenfeld, who splits 2 defenders. She's off to the races. Coast to coast, drives, tons of contact, no foul. Aaliyah Cowley there for the rebound.
We're back to the malarkey.
Down court pass intercepted. Right into the hands of Brewer. To Berkland. Her bounce pass is kicked, and so it will give Morgan a chance to reset. 5:47 left in this game, 23-39. Emery by 16. subs coming in. Guyman, Nielsen, and Curtis will all come in. And so Emery able to work their starting five in for perhaps the home stretch of this game. 5:47 left in the fourth.
Yeah, and you want those starters in because they were the ones who were able to build this lead. Keep them in, maintain that lead now.
Missed by Rockenfeld. Had a great look from about 10 feet out. We're down to 5.5 to play. Callie to Guyman. Skyley holding, gives it back to Jensen. Callie's going to reset this offense. Down to 15 on the shot clock, goes right side to Sage Curtis. Step back, three-point shot from the college line, just short. And she did everything she could, did Sage, to grab the offensive rebound. In doing so, made contact with Birkeland and is called for the loose ball foul. Second team foul for Emery. Ball goes back to Morgan. 5:14 left in the game. You think, man, if Morgan could have converted on the last couple of possessions, might have a game here.
Yeah, it would have been a lot more interesting if they were able to, but Coach Famal putting those starters back in, quenching that run before it could really get going, that's been a key to keep this still a 16-point ball game.
Rockenfeld pass on the open three. Goes to Wardle on the baseline. Back to Rockenfeld. Corner three is in and out. Rebound to Guyman. There's just nothing there from the field tonight for Morgan. They've been cold all night long. Callie drives. Gives it back off to Curtis. Sage tried to go between her legs and lost the basketball. It's a jump. Emery's going to keep possession.
Well, that was a play that looked like an early 2000s emo song. Bodies were hitting the floor. And you got to give credit to both of these teams. They're hustling after those loose balls. And we've seen just more than a regular amount of jump balls.
Kate tried to go over the top of the defense. Ball, last touch by Emery as it goes out of bounds. So a turnover, 4:39 to play. Coach Famalo is going to take a 30-second timeout, try to calm things down. Why not? Emery still holds a comfortable 16-point lead. But on this 30-second break, we'll keep it here. It's smart. You don't want to give up too much momentum.
Yeah, you want to calm those nerves down just a little bit. You're playing at a very frantic pace when right now it's not really necessary. You want to stay calm, keep cool. You can let that shot clock tick down to about single digits, and then you can take the best shot available to you, or you take the first shot that looks really good to you. Emery has really found their stroke from beyond the arc. Night and day difference from first half to second half. They just need to take a breather, get that composure back, and right now they're in the driver's seat with 4:39 remaining.
So the Trojans have got to go the length of the floor out of the timeout. Emery's going to go with Cabry Gordon, Callie Jensen, Sage Curtis, Skyley Guyman, and Kate Nielsen. So the starting five will remain. Morgan's going to go with Birkeland, who has really been shut down. Also in the game is Ashley Burt. Wardle will go with Brewer and Rockenfeld. Rockenfeld with the ball off the inbounds, and now Morgan's going to break it. Birkeland comes through, tried to bulldoze her way through Kate Nielsen. Shot at the rim, no good. Morgan wanted a foul. They're not going to get it. Callie able to go in between defenders all the way up the floor. Gives it back now to Guyman. Guyman in trouble. She's trapped, trying to come out with the basketball and double dribbled.
Yeah, it's hard not to double dribble in a situation like that. You're being bumped from all angles. You're trying to stay calm, trying to make the right pass, but in that situation, it's hard to find anything, separate left from right, night from day, and as a result of it, it's a turnover for the Spartans.
Morgan with the ball, able to break through an Emery press, and then from behind, Sage Curtis steals the basketball, and we have a tie-up down low. Possession will stick with Morgan. 4:09 to play in a very slow-moving fourth quarter. Felt like the third quarter went by in a hurry. We've had quite a few stoppages in this one. Morgan has actually won the quarter 4-2. Not enough scoring to really make a dent in that 16-point Emery lead. Shot, no good, partially deflected. Brewer comes down with the ball, and a foul is called against Emery, so a two-shot foul. And that will send Kira Brewer to the line.
They're calling that against Cabry Gordon. Only the third team foul for the Spartans.
foul issues. Or the fouls have not been an issue for Emery. First shot is in for Brewer. Just get the vibe. A lot of basketball left, but a 15-point deficit seems insurmountable at this point.
It does, especially with how low scoring this game has been for the Trojans. I mean, if they didn't have a 4-point quarter and a 2-point quarter, I'd have more hope for them.
There is a huge collision between two Morgan players. Emery comes up with the ball. Sage Curtis tries a 3-point shot. It's off of the mark. Morgan comes down with it. It's getting physical now, but that was a huge collision between two Morgan players both going for the steal.
It's one of those ones where you held your breath as they made contact, because that looked like it could have been a lot uglier than it ended up being. Both players up on their feet. They got smiles on their faces now.
It was Burt and Brewer that collided. And they hit the deck right in front of us, Aiden, and that looked bad.
It was a high speed. It made just the loudest thunk as they hit the floor, but luckily both of them are okay and back up on their feet.
39-24, Emery with the lead. It's Morgan basketball. Birkeland tries to go coast to coast and draws the foul on Curtis. So to the line, Birkeland will go. Has to be a frustrating game for her. Emery's done a terrific job of really making life difficult on her all over the floor, but now she'll have a chance to scratch at the foul line.
And right now, Emery's defense, we've preached it all game. They've been relentless, and they have looked good on the defensive side of things. And that's still a potential semifinal matchup against Grantsville. They're matching what we saw from the Cowboys just a game ago when they took on Judge Memorial.
Well, Birkeland knocks down the first, hits the second, and all of a sudden it's a 13-point game, 39-26. Still 3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Morgan's going to have to create some offense on the defensive end of the floor. Emery breaks the press. Hurst with the basketball. Addie and Carly both in the game, and Addie lost the ball. Morgan comes up with it. Birkeland drives. Tried to create contact, didn't get the whistle. Shot at the rim is no good. And then the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Emery somehow.
You know, I'm all for let them play sometimes, but when you're letting these players run into each other full speed as if they were wearing football pads, things get a little worrisome on the floor.
3 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the game, 39-26. Morgan with the ball. 3-point shot up, good. It's a 10-point game. Rockenfeld hits, and Morgan will take a timeout. Well, all of a sudden, the Trojans have won this quarter 10-2. And the Emery bench getting a warning from the officials. They are not happy with the officiating. A 30-second timeout. Let's keep it here.
Yeah, I can't blame him for not being happy with this officiating, but you got to give him credit. This game has been called evenly.
Oh, it has.
That's been
the
thing. But if you are in a situation where both sets of fans are upset, I mean, you called that game evenly, although it may not be in their favorite manner, but you called it fair, and that's what really matters in this. But I would like to see a little more of a whistle, especially with how physical this game has become over the last 2 minutes. These players are running into each other full speed, and at a point it just becomes they're not playing basketball anymore. This is looking more like an MMA fight.
Well, Emery leads 39-29, 2:57 left to play here in the game. Morgan just called the timeout. They have 3 left. Emery has 2 timeouts. Morgan is going to continue the press. Emery trying to take care of the basketball, going side to side. They break the mid-stripe line. Stilson with the ball, tied up, and a foul is called on the ground against Morgan.
And on the floor, you have Birkeland looking at the ref. Was that me you're calling that on? She's not happy about that call. And she's still jawing with the ref as she walks to defend the inbound.
Hurst lob in, finds Nielsen. 6 feet away from the basket, and Kate is tied up from behind. Good hustle play by the Trojans. Tying her up was Rockenfeld, about 6 feet from the basket. Possession will stick with Emery, 32 on the shot clock.
It was a smart play by Rockenfeld. She didn't make contact. She didn't go over the back. Nelson reached back, and that's when she decided to make her move.
Hurst, corner 3. No good. Rebound. It's corralled by Brewer. And a foul called against Emery, and that means Brewer will go to the line to shoot 2. Emery's out of fouls to give.
And yeah, you're hearing yells from the bench. She threw her to the ground. And I can't disagree with that. Brewer catching players with an elbow, trying to clear space as they go for the tie-up. But this game has gone from a certainty for the Spartans to a bit of a murkier affair as they've flipped the script from the third quarter to the fourth. Morgan finally scoring the ball with some efficiency.
Kind of wild the way this game has changed. Brewer at the line, first shot on the way, and it is no good. So Emery can breathe a sigh of relief with that first miss. Still, Brewer can get it down to 9 points. 2:33 left in the game, and with the three-point ability of Morgan, anything is possible.
Yeah, it's a scary affair with how well they can shoot the ball. They just haven't showcased that ability tonight.
Brewer missed the second. That is a big, empty trip to the line. Emery able to get the ball and break the press. Stilson down the middle of the paint. Quick shot, lost the ball. Into the hands now with the Trojans. Running the other way, Birkeland stops, finds Brewer. Brewer in the paint. She traveled.
That's a good job by Kate, causing a lot of distraction, causing a lot of worry in the mind of Brewer as she forces the travel.
We're down to 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to play here in the game. Emery by 10. Couple of big stops, otherwise it could be a 6-point game. Then you'd be a little bit worried. Cabry with the ball down off the low block. Kick out top of the key. Stilson for three, no good. Long off the back iron. Cabry runs down the rebound. Back to Callie. Quick jumper, no good. A miss and a jump ball possession to Morgan.
And at this point, are we surprised to see a jump ball? That's been every other basket, it feels like. Every other possession resulting in a jump ball. The possession arrow has been switching back and forth so much. I'm surprised that button isn't broken.
Yeah. We've had quite a few. 1:49 now left in regulation. Emery up 10. Burt able to break the press herself. Goes to Birkeland. Birkeland off the dribble. Wanted the step back three, double teamed. Has to give it up to Wardle. Now back to Rockenfeld. Long possession here for Morgan with 1:29 now left in the game. Wardle drives, blocked from behind. Loose ball picked up by Emery, and that may just do it. Yeah. Morgan with another empty possession. Right as I say that, they force a turnover, and there is a heavy contact foul down on the baseline.
Bit of a Randy Orton RKO action.
Like a headlock. Hurst bringing Burt down to the ground.
Well, girls wrestling's rapidly growing in Emery County.
I don't think it was intentional.
I don't think it was intentional.
No, she tried to grab the basketball, and
one of those ones where you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time and it results in a lot of contact.
Morgan back at the foul line. Another missed free throw. One more coming for Burt. That's 3 consecutive misses at the stripe. They could have this down to 6 points just based off free throws. Second shot, good. So 1 of 4 over their last 2 trips. 39-30. Morgan well on their way to winning this quarter, but it may be too little too late as we're down to the final 70 seconds. Callie able to break the half-court line. Emery right side, down low. Kate, shot, draws the foul, will go to the stripe, and this may just about do it.
Morgan, on those last few possessions, they've been taking way too much time before getting a shot off. In a situation like this, you're trying to cut into a 9-point lead. You need to get shots up, and you need to get them up in bulk.
Birkeland called for the foul. That is number 5 for her, so she is now eliminated from the game with 1:03 to go.
And you got to love the defensive pressure that they put on her. Birkeland has 6 points. She averages about 21 on the season, and forcing her into that foul-out situation. Emery, you got to give them props. Their game plan was solid.
Nilsson at the line, knocks down the first, 40-30. Emery back up by double digits. Second shot, good. Make it 41-30. A minute away from advancing to the semifinals and solidifying a game on Wednesday, which will be the final day of the season. Turnover for Morgan, and that will just about do it. Callie comes up with the ball, and Callie gets it ahead. Stilson stops, pops, try to go glass, no good. Kate with a rebound, and she is fouled on the ground. They're going to count the basket. Yes, they will. Kate with a chance for a three-point play.
You know, at this point, I'm not questioning anything. No matter what basketball insight I can offer, no matter what I'm seeing on the court, I'm going to be wrong based on how this game has played out.
Kate hits the and one, makes it 44-30. 4-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Morgan battled back in this quarter, but again, too little too late. 29 seconds on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock. Ball poked out of bounds. It'll stick with the Trojans.
And you know, you said it before, we'll say it again. Teams coached by Sterling Mack, they do not give up until that final buzzer. They have left it all out on the floor. You got to give them a lot of props.
Really had a hard time overcoming that third quarter where they were held to just 2 points.
You know, even in the first quarter where they were held to 4, they held Emery to 6. That wasn't the case in the third quarter. They got outscored by 13 points.
Nelson for 3, no good. That has been a reoccurring theme. Morgan ice cold from beyond the perimeter. Emery breaks the half-court line, and the Trojans, we'll see if they go to the foul or let Emery run this clock out. They're not going to allow Emery just to run it out freely. They're still pressing on a triple team, and first is fouled and will go to the line.
Yeah, it felt like they couldn't make up their mind of whether or not they were going to let Emery run that clock out or if they were going to try and foul. But they let it tick down to 5 seconds before they let that happen.
That was their last foul to give, so 5.9 left. Bounce pass in, and that will do it. Gordon will run, well, with 0.5 seconds left. Foul called on Morgan, and that will send Cabry Gordon to the line. That's only 14 fouls. So they had one more to give. So now with 0.6 left, Emery will inbound the ball, and they will advance tomorrow. The Lady Spartans will take on Grantsville, a rematch of last year's semifinals when Emery pulled off a huge upset. That's what we get tomorrow.
And you know, based on tonight's game, anything can happen. I'm not surprised by anything after tonight's contest, but you gotta love Emery, despite the strange circumstances, despite the strange start time, despite the slow start, they were able to come away with the 14-point win. This is a team who, come playoff time, is always ready. And that's courtesy of Coach John Famalo and the players buying in to what he's laying on the floor.
Final score of this one, 44-30. Emery gets the win. They advance tomorrow in a game that could decide, will decide one of the entries into the state championship. You got to be happy with the performance tonight for the Lady Spartans. Wasn't pretty, but they found a way to get it done. Final score tonight, 44-30. We'll send it back to the studio. Post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union is coming up when we return.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, cold beer, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
This is Dave.
And Ryan.
From Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen. On the big screen.
At the King Cole Theaters.
And action. Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better
on the big screen. Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you are saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you are saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
Emery Spartan basketball continues on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Final score tonight, the Emery Lady Spartans advance to the semifinals as they top the Morgan Trojans 44-30 here at the UCCU Center on the campus of Utah Valley in Orem. Time for the post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. You can go in and pick up your Emery High School Spirit Card tomorrow. Just go into any of the locations and tell them you want your Emery High School Visa debit card, and they can they'll take care of that for you right then and there. Aiden, this was a very weird game, but it is one that Emery wins, and you will gladly take it. Advance to the semifinals. Only 4 teams left. Emery goes in as the number 5 seed. They've already played a level up, as they will be a top 4 team in the state. You'll take it. They get the mighty Grantsville Cowboys tomorrow, but we can worry about that tomorrow. We can worry about that in the next 18 hours. Let's talk about the way this one went down. 44-30, Emery gets the win. The big difference in this game was the third quarter, a 15-2 run.
Yeah, no, that was the difference maker. Even with the low-scoring first quarter, which was 6-4, as that first buzzer sounded, that was still a close game. Morgan was hanging in there with the Spartans, but a 15-2 run in that third quarter, and over the course of it, it's hard to come back from that, no matter how good your shot making gets as the game progresses. You can't. It's hard to bounce back from a deficit like that, especially when you're not doing yourself any favors, especially in terms of shooting.
Let's talk about some of the individual performances. We'll start with Kate Nielsen. We knew that Morgan was going to try to make it really, really difficult on Kate. She scores 16. 10 of that 16 comes from the foul line tonight.
And, by any means necessary, you're going to try and put those points on the board, and we talked about it during the broadcast. Kate is so good at staying patient in the post, baiting players off their feet, getting them into the air, and then driving herself into them to bait fouls from them. Not only does it result in opposing players getting into foul trouble, she is a very consistent force from the charity stripe, and that's where she did a bulk of her damage tonight.
She finishes with 16 points, 9 rebounds, just shy of a double-double. How about Cabry Gordon? She goes off for 12 points and 7 boards. She is so scrappy. She's fighting for every loose ball out there. She flirted with a double-double tonight as well. 12 points, all 12 coming from beyond the arc.
And that first half performance from beyond the arc, in my opinion, is what lit the spark for the Spartans going into the rest of this game. You go a perfect 3 for 3. You score 9 points. You help your team to a 22-17 halftime lead. Sometimes it's going to be players who can get it done in bulk like that in the first quarter. She tacked on that extra 3 during that big 15-2 run, but she really played hero ball in that first half.
The stat that will stand out to me as I sit here and look at the final box scores, Emery was plus 11 in the rebound category, plus 11 against this Morgan team. That's a huge stat.
And we talked about it in the first quarter. This is a Morgan team who is certainly not lacking any height. So to out-rebound them so thoroughly, so efficiently, that's a testament to the kind of grit that these girls have.
Still lose the turnover battle, 27-22. But it's manageable considering that for the game, Emery shoots 27% compared to 17% for Morgan. They held this Trojan team to 17% from the field.
Now, we talked about it at the half. We didn't think it was going to get much worse in terms of shooting, but that third quarter tanked those numbers even further. The fourth quarter, Morgan did start seeing some of those shots to fall. They started building some momentum late in the game, but it was too little too late. But the defensive pressure from the Spartans was just truly incredible. That's what won them this game. They weren't able to get things easily on offense, but defensively, that's where they shined.
Final score again of this one, 44-30. Emery gets the win over Morgan. You and I talked about the way Eva Berkland can score the basketball. Emery holds her to 6 points tonight.
Yeah, and that was a difference maker. Hold her to 2 in the first half, and she scores a bulk of those 6 in the fourth quarter when this game was pretty much out of reach for the Trojans. So you shut down a very efficient scorer, and you buy yourself a spot in the state semifinals.
It's down to 2 days. That's really what this is all about. 2 days, right? Can you log a couple of wins? Can you get to the state championship? That's going to be the question now for the Emery Lady Spartans. I think we have a guest joining us at the broadcast table right now, Aiden. I'm going to have you pass the headset off, and we're going to talk to Sage Curtis about tonight's win for the Lady Spartans. Again, one step closer to getting into the state championship game. Sage, I appreciate you putting the headset on. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
That was a weird game,
to
say the least, right? We knew it would be physical against Morgan. That's a really aggressive team. It's a well-coached team.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to talk to me about the last 32 minutes of what we saw there on the floor.
Well, I think we did really good defensively, holding them to 2 points in the third quarter.
For sure.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. We really proved ourselves there. And we kind of let up in the fourth quarter, but hey, we got it done in the end.
No doubt. We knew that team was going to make a run, right? They're just entirely too good on both ends of the floor to go away quietly. But it was such a kind of a helter-skelter game. At 6-4 at the end of the first quarter. What was Coach Famalo telling you guys?
Just to calm down and just to play our game. We were kind of getting in our heads a little bit, but he just said, hey, finish it. You guys know you can finish it, and so that's what we did.
What do they throw at you guys defensively that makes it so difficult to find a rhythm on the offensive side of the ball? Because I think it was difficult for you guys really throughout the first half. I know you had 16 in the second quarter, but still, it just seemed like that rhythm didn't really develop until around the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that 2-3, we didn't figure that out for a second, but, I mean, we got that man press, that 2-2-1 half-court press. I mean, just get in the middle. That's what we were trying to get to.
Yeah.
And we struggled with that, but we found our open guys, and that was what got it done. So
you did knock down a couple of big big-time three-point buckets. Kind of needed those, especially the way the game was going. I know that you are one of those streak shooters. If you get feeling it, it's very, very difficult to stop. We've seen that over the course of your career here at Emery High School. When you see the first one drop, how much easier is it?
So much easier. I just have so much more confidence to play defense, like not only shooting, but to go out there and just do my best. You know, it's seeing that go through the hoop is a crazy electric feeling, you know, can't describe it.
So it's easier when you see the first one go through. How much easier is it for you when you got someone like Cabry out on the perimeter? She was great. She had 4 3-point shots tonight. So, is that contagious as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we know we're a good shooting team. Sometimes we don't shoot the ball great, but we have faith in each other, and that's all that matters. So,
you guys get this win. There's some history there with Morgan. I mean, we got to go back over the last few years. It's never an easy out.
Yeah.
We've lost a couple of games that I think, probably felt like we should have won.
Yeah.
Right. So now it's Grantsville.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are going to focus on Grantsville. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow, but that's going to be the focus. It's a really good basketball team, but it seems like a similar situation to last year.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And hey, we upset them last year, so we just got to go in that same mindset and not be overconfident, but not also hold confidence in ourselves that we can do it. So
I think you guys kind of play with this, I don't want to say reckless abandon, but you guys play with this.
We were diving for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you
were diving.
You do.
Yep.
You guys play. I mean, it's a gritty game of basketball, and it's got to be so fun. I'm telling you, it's fun from my perspective because you guys never stop.
Yeah.
Right? And I know that's something from Coach Famalo as well, right? He preaches that.
Yeah, we just want it so much, and all of us, all 5 of us on the court at all times are going to dive for that ball. So,
how does last year's loss in the state championship motivate you guys here over the next couple of days?
I mean, last year I think we had some doubts, but we surprised everybody and even ourselves, and it was like, okay, we can literally do anything we put our minds to. So that's what we're thinking coming into this.
I don't think there's any doubt you guys can do it once again tomorrow against Grantsville. Sage, congratulations on getting this win. Let's get a couple of more, huh?
Yep.
All right. Sage Curtis joining us here at the broadcast table. Final score again here tonight, 44-30. Emery gets the win over the Morgan Trojans. I'll bring back in Aiden Mortensen. I want to get Aiden's perspective. You heard Sage talking. I mean, there is a lot of confidence on this team, and there should be after a win like that.
Oh, yeah, no. Wins like this, it was a scrappy win. It was a hard-fought win, but it builds a lot of confidence heading into a showdown with Grantsville. Like we've talked about, a rematch of last year's state semifinals. Again, meeting in the semifinals. It feels like these two teams are destined to always clash with each other. But a win like this tonight, it's incredible to see what they're able to do. I mean, they struggled offensively early in this game, but they were able to build their footing, build themselves up. A good offensive rapport as this game continued. So it shows that they're able to overcome those hardships, and I think that does miles for your confidence.
No question. So tomorrow we're going to be back at it. It's Emery, it's Grantsville. It's at 4:10 p.m. That's easy for us. We'll be on during Drive Time Sports' regular airing here on KOAL. We're also going to be back at it earlier tomorrow. What do we got? A noon tip-off? Is that right?
Yeah, 12:10, I believe.
12:10 is the boys. 12:30, right, is what time we're going to start our pregame show, I believe, tomorrow. I believe it's 12:30 as the Emery Spartan boys basketball team will be playing for their season as they take on the South Summit Wildcats, 2 teams that came up short earlier today. So that'll be the consolation bracket. And then not long after that, we're going to be back at it with the girls' game at 4 o'clock right here on 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Aiden, we've watched so much basketball today. Go ahead and give me the official time on that tomorrow.
It's 12:50 tomorrow.
12:50. Okay, so we'll be back at it at around 12:30. And again, that is a win-or-go-home game for the Emery Spartan boys basketball team. Full write-up of tonight's game coming your way at CastleCountryRadio.com. Always a pleasure to be along with you as we continue this very entertaining Emery High School basketball season. And, hey, we got more meaningful basketball tomorrow. We'll break down this game against this very talented Grantsville Cowboy squad. Final score in this one, Emery defeats Morgan 44-30. For Aiden Mortensen, I'm Jordan Buscarini. And as always, go Spartans.
This is Eastern Utah's news and weather station, 107.3 FM and